Depending on what exactly occurred, you'll basically have two things that are going to happen in your case. Either we're going to fight the case, and that means going forward with trial and letting the judge decide whether you're guilty or not guilty in this situation. Or we work out the very best negotiation that we can. It really depends on the circumstances and the issues that we may have, legal issues and factual issues in the case. For instance, if the officer didn't have sufficient reason or probable cause to pull you over, that's a very good issue for us. They have to be able to justify pulling a person over and then delaying them in their travel, and then from there they have to have a good reason to suspect that the person was intoxicated, or at least driving while intoxicated, or in physical control of the motor vehicle while intoxicated. Oftentimes that will be followed by the field sobriety test they do, and in most instances they have you perform three. First one being a horizontal gaze nystagmus test, where they ask you to follow the pen or their finger with your eyes, and then a walk and turn and one leg stand. And then depending on how you do on those tests, then they will proceed to a preliminary breath test, which will be done on the scene, or they'll simply arrest you, take you to jail, and then you have a choice of either doing a blood or breath test. And depending on the results of those blood or breath tests, you may be charged with a DUI. Some potential issues here, we have in Nevada what we call a 2-hour rule, and that states that the law enforcement has within 2 hours to draw blood or conduct a breathalyzer test on an individual within 2 hours of establishing that they were driving or in actual physical control of a motor vehicle. If that blood or breath test occurs outside the 2 hours, then we have a very strong argument that those results should be suppressed from the court. How you perform on the preliminary breath test can be used against you, but the most important factor is the breath test or the blood test that's done at the jail. The field sobriety tests, there are any number of reasons why a person might fail or do poorly on those tests, but yet not be intoxicated. So we really need to look at the police reports and see what issues there may exist in fighting, or either fighting the case or negotiating it.